Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
And so our game begins with a character selection screen. I'm going to be perfectly honest with all of you. I'm not a very creative person, so I'm going to be naming my character after myself, and then choosing my origin. Now your origin is essentially your starting stats. I'm going to be going with the violent past because I want to specialize in a strength build. We'll get into what stats do at a later time, but now I want to bring attention to you. The only unedited loading screen in this game. I'm going to be abridging these loading screens for your convenience, but this is more or less the general length of all the loading screens in this game. So when you see this logo, I just want you to know that there's going to be about a 15-second wait or so. So if you want to get this game for yourself, keep that in mind before you purchase it. Although, honestly, if a loading screen is going to deter you from purchasing this game, well, that's kind of sad. Well, at least in my opinion.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Not too sure what that was about. Your guess is as good as mine, but apparently we have entered Yharnam, a city connected with blood in some fashion. Very interesting premise for a game, I gotta say. I mean, with a title like Bloodborne, you gotta imagine it's gonna have a little bit of blood. As for our character, we can attack, we can roll, and we can also jump. And that's pretty much it for the time being. We can't really do too much outside of that, but there are these messengers that will give you a little bit of a tutorial. Very interesting how they're coming out of the ground and just hold up a scroll, and when you're far away from them, should worry a little bit. It appears like there's water coming out of the floor. Sort of a nice effect, but you could easily miss them, and if you are new to the game, I do recommend you read them. Also, if you're new to the game, say hello to your first challenge. This beast, or lycanthrope, he's kind of strong, and we don't have a lot to kind of deal with him right now, so I'm going to zigzag, and hopefully that will make him, lose interest, and continue devouring his meal. And yes, A lot of new players may actually die to him, but you actually don't have to. If you take the path that I'll take, you can get to the next area that we need to go to instantly as we enter Central Yharnam. And we're greeted by a local that is quite aggro. Yet again, we don't have any tools to deal with this guy, so we're just going to avoid him. Come over to this lever, and ooh, surprised that did not hurt me. You know, I'll take it. We're gonna dodge him one more time and then climb up this ladder. And there are a lot of shiny things on the ground. I will come back for them, and oh gosh, he's following me. We best hurry then. If you hold down the circle button, you'll actually climb ladders a tiny bit faster, so a little bit of tip there. And the second you get access to this bell, teleport away to the hunter's dream before this guy gets to you. After waiting at that bell, we appear in the hunter's dream. Very visually impressive looking place, but it is actually very, very helpful to us. And, hi there. How are you? Oh, that's a doll. Well, sorry. Thought I'd strike up a conversation, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get too much out of her, but in due time. But over here, the messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose a one. These weapons are going to be your best friend in this game. The Souls/Demons/ Bloodborne series is all about the weapons, and we can choose 3 here. With the Saw Cleaver, it's pretty much your standard sort of weapon. It has pretty good strength and pretty good skill. We have the Hunter's Axe, which is a very large, heavy weapon that can knock down enemies. And then we have the Threaded Cane, which has a high skill scaling and is pretty good AoE. So, which weapon am I going to be choosing? I'm going to be choosing the Hunter's Axe, but all of these weapons are viable in their own regard. After you've chosen your weapon of choice, we next get to choose a firearm. The messengers offer you a firearm. Choose one firearm to be wielded in your left hand. Not as much choice here. We basically just have the Hunter's Pistol and the Hunter Blunderbuss. There's not too big of a difference in these blunderbusses except the damage and the durability. However, the main reason you have a gun in this game is for defensive reasons. So choose which one fits your playstyle and then move onward to another messenger, which has a notebook for us. Essentially, we can leave messages for other players to read in our adventures in Yharnam. So I recommend you grab that if you have a intrigue to play online. But over here is an interesting fellow.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gehrman, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the doll, should it please you.
Take that last line however you will, but this man will be pretty important to us later. And as you can see, this lodge has a lot of stuff in it. That'll become useful as time goes on. And over here is our closest thing to a premise. To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest this night carry on forever. Heck if I know what that means, but it sounds like to uncover the source of this plague, we're gonna have to return to Yharnam. So keep that in mind. There are a couple of more tombstones to explore, but most importantly, I want to point out this little guy sitting in the bath. This is the bath messenger. You can not only buy goods, but also sell excess items to him. This guy is going to also be your best friend in this game, since we can buy precious materials that would otherwise be sort of hard to obtain. And you can also purchase some extra armor, but for the time being, I think the set we have on currently will be more than enough to help us through here. Anyways, we're going to return back to the first area, because there's a secret that we can now obtain from here. If we run up to this door where we previously started the game, something will be a tiny bit different.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do. Now, go. And good hunting.
So, you could easily miss that. Is it too important? No, not really. But, hey, you never know when recovering a large amount of HP will come in handy. Now that has been taken care of, let's actually look at those arms that we obtained in the dream. This hunter pistol and hunter axe. And man, oh man, guys, the weaponry in this game is fantastic. We have our normal axe, but we can extend it by pressing the L1 button to make it a two-handed axe, and then switch it back again to one-handed. You cannot use your pistol with the two-handed axe, which is balanced in a way. You get a little bit more range, and oh boy. Now that we have a weapon, we can totally take on this beast. So let's try our best to sneak up on him, and there we go. God, that feels good. Oh my goodness. This is going to be amazing. We'll get rewarded some blood vials, and yeah, if we come over here, even more. Now, you can only carry 20 blood vials and 20 bullets at a time. Keep that in mind. The limited amount of these is gonna bite you in the butt more than once, and oh man, I'm still just taking it all in, guys. I've been waiting for this game for a very long time, and now it's finally out. I almost don't know what to say. It just looks honestly amazing, and yeah, I guess I'll gawk at the graphics some other day. For the time being, we have some don't know if we should call them locals or enemy hunters. Not too sure on that, but they seem quite deranged, so we should probably take them down. And if you hold down the R2 button, you can actually use that attack, which is very, very powerful, especially with the Hunter Axe. To my knowledge, every single weapon has a charge move similar to that. And if you get off all of it, it usually knocks down the enemy. You can use a backstab, which I'll try to execute in this video. Might not get to it, or might not actually pull it off, but we'll see. And now we can climb up this ladder. Pretty much carefree, since we knocked out all the enemies behind us. And a lamp. And a window. And some coughing.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
So, it would seem that there are, in fact, sane people, but they're either behind doors or in their homes. And oh man, the pebbles, guys. Oh gosh. There's so much to explain, but not a lot of time. There's a lot of enemies. Not sure if I want to dive straight into that at the moment. And instead, I think I'll take them one on at a time. And oh man, we just one-shot that guy. Holy crud. Nice, nice. Alright. Let's come down here, though. Now there's 2 enemies. Take that guy down 1 hit. Let's get this guy. Take care of him. Now you're going to notice I only have so much stamina. Keep that in mind when you use your attacks. And I'm going to actually equip these pebbles really quickly. But yes, red is health, green is stamina. But I'm sure you knew that already. Okay, let's get ready. I want to hit the guy in the back so we have 1 less person to deal with. Okay, this seems like a good distance. Let's chuck it. Nice. Direct hit. We're going to aggro this guy. And the rest of his friends seem to have not noticed, so that's good. No, man. Got hit, but if I act quickly enough, I can actually heal back some of my health due to the health regain system implemented in this game. Once you get hit, you can actually attack again and retrieve some of your HP. Yeah, and let's pull on this lever. And over there, guys, is an enemy I do not want to mess with, so I'm actually going to move on. But yes, that activated a shortcut to the beginning area, so we don't have to fight that guy again. And there's a door that can knock on and talk to someone else. Where on earth is it? It's not that one. It's around here, though, and I'm really afraid this is going to aggro the enemies. And we obviously don't want that. And alright, so this door would give us someone else to talk to, but unfortunately that would aggro the enemies, and I don't want to deal with that right now, so I'll move onward. And I think there's an enemy hiding somewhere. Where? I do not remember. What's that? Oh god, that is not good. Okay, I think I found him. Let's not get hit twice. That'd be a bad idea. Let's try and regain some of our HP on this gunman. Unfortunately, that's gonna alert the pack, which is, well, not good. So let's try and get some of that HP back. But unfortunately, we used all of our stamina. So let's use a blood vial and constantly evade these guys. Let's try that attack. Okay. So a majority of the combat in this game is you're going to be avoiding enemies. You do not have a shield in this game like other, well, games in the series. So you gotta keep that in mind. For the time being, I'm gonna concentrate on getting used to this two-handed combat. And then I'll show off some of the gun gameplay. And it takes a fair bit of concentration to actually take down these enemies. You think a measly shield is gonna stop me? How pathetic. Either way, though. Now that those guys have been dispatched, let's knock on this door.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of the hunt. Away with you. Now.
It seems like people aren't as trusting, which I guess is understandable, considering it's the night of the hunt, and, well, there's deranged lunatics running around, and hey, an item! Hey, an enemy! Yeah, an owl. Just a rule of thumb, guys. If there's an item just in plain sight, chances are someone's guarding it. Right there, I picked up an item that we'll get into a bit later, but you want to pick up every one of those that you can. And yeah. Let's see. Do I want to fight these guys, or do I want to run from them? Yeah, I'm going to run for it. Let's actually run up here, and if we're fast enough, we should be able to not fight all of those enemies. Now, this is looking good, actually. We're going to run past this gunman. Now, you could fight all of those enemies to obtain more blood echoes, but honestly, I only partake in fights I know are worth it, and I don't want to use too many of my blood vials. Is someone chasing me? No, I'm good, okay. They will de-aggro eventually, so we'll just move on, and let's see. Just want to double check. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. And I hear some laughter from this house. What's that about?
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
Well, these people don't seem friendly at all. God. Just laughing right in my face. Kind of rude, I must say. Anyways, as I was saying, could try and get some more blood, but it's not really worth it at the risk of my life, and we'll get into what death means a little bit later, but for the time being, I want to try and show off a backstab. No, he turned around. Gosh dang it. That's alright. Instead, I'll show off the counter if I can land one. There we go. Basically, shoot a gun at the right time versus an enemy, and you can activate a riposte animation. And wow, lots of blood vials over here, and also a torch, which will come in handy. I want to equip that ASAP. That goes in the left hand. And it can actually do damage, but it's not the best in the world. It's primarily used for, well, lighting, of course. But yeah, mastering your offhand gun, very important, especially with those large enemies, since they are really, really easy to counter. And they do a lot of damage. And up here we have some crows guarding something. An oil urn, which does, well, you throw it. And if you throw a fire weapon or item, it'll actually do double damage. And I hear some faint music. Keep that in mind for next episode. Yeah, there's a couple of things in this game that are like that. We found some cool blood dew, which is, for lack of a better term, it's a soft soul, if you know what that means. Basically, we'll use it. We can use it anytime. And if we die, we don't lose it. Don't think I've mentioned it yet, but if you die, you lose all your blood echoes. So yeah, don't die. So keep that in mind. And alright, how do I want to go about this? These dog enemies are very vicious, and there's also a guy with a firearm up there. I think I'm going to throw a pebble. And they are now aggroed, so we'll fight them down the stairs, and oh boy, that ain't good. Well, I think I took down the dog. No, he has like 10 HP left. Less than that, like 1. Gosh. Well, luckily, our horizontal strikes are, well, pretty wide, so that's good. Let's see. Yeah, that guy still has a gun. Don't like that. Let's knock out this guy with the torch. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Nice, I like that combo. Except for the fact it takes all my stamina away, but oh well. What are you going to do about it? I guess we'll wait till later. We're going to get quick silver bolts. Now, you've been probably starting to see that every time I pick up a weapon, and I do not want my torch out. That was a horrible idea. Oh, that doesn't actually do too bad of damage, but every time I take, you know, an item, and I already have the maximum amount of it, for instance, those bullets, they actually go to my bank, which we'll get into later. See those blood vials? That some of those went into the bank. Luckily, every time you either die or return, automatically refills all your blood vials and your bullets. It's very nice in that regard. And alright, we made it to this bridge. First thing you want to do, come over here. And let's see if I can't find it. Yeah, there's some pebbles over here, I believe. Yeah, look at all those enemies we didn't have to fight, gosh. I'm actually very happy I didn't have to fight them. And yes, there is another weapon upgrade here, the Bloodstone Shards. We need 3 of those to get +1 in our weapon, if I recall. There should be another one over here. Yeah, so now we can upgrade our weapon 1 stage. Now keep in mind, weapon upgrades are important, and also down here. Be careful, you might not want to go down there yet. There is an armor upgrade that we can get in the sewer region, but we don't want to do that right now. Instead, we're going to explore the rest of this bridge and then go there in the next episode when it's a little more appropriate. And yeah, recall, can't go farther than this because there's a casket. Yeah, so instead we'll go behind these very interestingly looking statues. Nice decorations, Yharnam, but yeah, we'll get another bloodstone and shard. And these guys. Now, we fought beasts like this before, but these ones are full HP, and honestly, this is probably going to be the biggest hurdle for new players. But here's a tip. Just run past them. Believe it or not, despite them being on all fours, they're not all that fast, so you can easily come into this area. Unfortunately, there's going to be more men to fight, and so we need to take care of them as quickly as possible. And oh my gosh, I just let him... I was trying to riposte that, but it did not work. And oh man, I'm taking a lot of damage here, which is not good right before the boss. Don't want that. And as you can see, the beasts are outside, but they cannot fit inside this very tiny doorway, which is good. Obviously, let's take down this guy. Nice. So now we have access to the shortcut. This shortcut is super important, but before we take it, I'm going to quickly assassinate this guy in a wheelchair. He's very vulnerable and only has a blunderbuss as a weapon. Yeah. So let's pick up these bullets and also this pungent blood cocktail. We'll get into what that does in a little bit, but really quickly, I want to... Mature blood cocktail thrown to attract beasts. To my knowledge, it does not function that well, and when the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward, as old Yharnam burned to the ground that moonlit night. Seems to be a diary, but what moonlit night are they talking about? That's the curious part. So we should try and use those cocktails, or if you have any left, some Molotov cocktails, because the beasts are in fact weak to fire. It's kind of noticeable by the opening intro, but I have an alternative sort of tactic for us to use. Let's try and aggro them. Easier said than done, though, because we do not want to get close to these beasts. Hopefully that pebble will do the trick. Maybe not. I think we broke line of sight and they won't follow us. I guess we'll find out. Okay, they're on their way. Sounds good. Well, we want to lure them over to this doorway. And as you saw before, they cannot enter. If you're having troubles with these beasts, feel free to just extend your weapon and go to town on them. There's no harm. There's no shame, even. And if you're careful, like I'm not, you should get away with taking very little damage from doing this. And alright. Let's see, how do I want to go about this? I don't want the other one to hit me either, so I think charging up might be the go-to strategy. Yeah, you're about to see. They have a lot of HP, man. Get out of there. Running through a lot of my blood vials, which is not good because we want to conserve as many of those as we can. And man, the Hunter Axes just R2 charge. Fantastic. It's just so good. Let's not get too overzealous. You're starting to see, yeah, these guys, they have a lot of HP. A lot of it. So, either use those Molotov cocktails, but I'm going to save my Molotov cocktails for something we're going to do a little bit later. You're starting to see their animations and stuff. You can repost these enemies as well. The gun works not just on humanoids, but also beasts. Yeah, just knock him out. And get another blood vial, so that's good. We're at 20 now. Solid, solid. And so next up, we could either go over there, or we could take another shortcut. Which I recommend take a shortcut, because there's not a lot of enemies. And so we're going to get another cold blood dew. Which sounds like a soft drink. Just thought I'd say. I wonder if they thought of that when making it, but anyways, this is gonna lead us back into that very dark house, and is a really, really great shortcut. Just open that door. It only opens from that way, and yeah, move on to this area where we're gonna get yet again another shortcut. This game, primarily about the shortcuts. You're gonna want to know where they are if you want to have an easy time beating this game. You don't always go the long way. You'd rather just, you know, make some progress. And is that our fifth? I think that should be our fifth, yeah. Okay, good. Anyways, you may recognize this bell. That's because, yeah, this is the beginning of the central Yharnam where we talked to that one guy. So really quickly, now that we've done all that, I'm going to return to the Hunter's Dream very quickly, so that we can actually upgrade our weapon. Now that we have enough of those stones... Oh, the old man's gone. I didn't think he actually left. Huh, guess he did. But yeah, over here is your storage, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out. You can access or deposit anything you want. There's a lot of stuff in this game, so better get used to that. And over here, though, is our workshop. This is where we can fortify our weapon with the bloodstone. This next fight is going to be sort of rough. So I recommend, if you have a weapon and some bloodstone shards just lying around, upgrade it. You're going to thank me later. Anyways, also, if you're having a rough time with this next boss fight, I do recommend you visit the Bath Messenger. He'll sell you Molotov cocktails, bullets, or blood vials, and you're going to want as many bullets and Molotovs as you can get. For this next strategy that we're going to be doing to make this boss, I want to say a joke, but it does actually require a fair bit of skill. Anyways, now that we entered the dream, enemies are going to respawn. Which is actually a problem when you think about it. You're going to think, oh wow, I just lost all that progress. Well, yes and no. Think about it this way. You're going to gain more blood echoes, and you're also going to be more experienced. But what do the blood echoes do other than being a form of currency? You will soon find out after we defeat the first boss. Let's see, I want to knock out this guy. Yeah, that was a horrible miss, but luckily he missed too, and man. So yeah, now we're doing a tiny bit more damage because we upgraded our weapon. Weapons are a huge just part of Bloodborne. You want to make sure all your equipment is up to date. Yeah. So let's see. We're going to need to equip the Molotovs. I could equip the oil, but yeah, we'll use it. We'll use it. Because that's going to double the damage from this fight. And next up, we want to take care of this guy. That was really bad. Nicked the side of the railing there. And we're going to run past... Actually, no, I don't think we need to run past. I don't think those enemies will aggro, actually, so that's good. We're going to come up to a bunch of more crows. Delightful. I'm going to use my pebbles here to get this. I believe he's a brick troll. Very funny naming. And we're going to aggro him so we don't have to fight him near those birds. I'm going to try my best to riposte this guy. That was not a good attack for me to do that on. That was a really... He wasn't even attacking me. Come on, John. There we go. Really, really simple. You just gotta get down, basically, the frames in which you can attack him. And, okay, do not want any of that. Let's just quickly backstep and, well, finish him off. Nice. Some more blood vials in the bank. Fortunately, we used 2 of our bullets, which... I'd rather use 2 bullets than blood vials any day, so, yeah. Now, next up is the boss. If you do not have oil urns, do not have Molotov cocktails, you don't have bullets, get some. Because... this boss is no joke. This game starts off with quite the challenge. The Cleric Beast. This thing is a monster. It will do so much damage for this point in the game. You're probably not prepared for it. My best advice, try and shoot it in the head. It actually has 2 points in which you can fire. And oh my gosh. The body and the head. Shoot times directly in the eye. And then attack it to do a very large chunk of its health. But do not get cornered. This is a very thin bridge. So quickly run behind it. And commence the same strategy. I'm going to try and use my oil urn and... oh man, I got hit. And then after that, chuck a Molotov cocktail at the body. You might accidentally lock onto the head, which would be horrible. Alright, looks like our Molotov did decent damage. If you do not have these items that I'm mentioning, get them. Or be really good at dodging. Getting behind the Cleric Beast seems to work best. And okay, here we go. When it does that attack, its eye will heal. So we can actually shoot its head 2 more times. I do not think any of those hit. That is really... okay, 1 hit, so that's good. And then repeat this riposte animation. That damage adds up very quickly. And we are running low on bullets. So let's actually head over here. And pick up some from this dead body. Alright, everything's looking good so far. I'm just going to use some blood vials just to be on the safe side. I've been using quite a few, but they give you 20 for a reason. I do not know why I'm shooting, because it has actually not recovered its head yet. I guess I'm getting a bit trigger happy. Oh god. I'm just scared, I guess. There we go, there we go. Now that's done that, my bullets will actually work, and that was really bad. I'm surprised that Molotov hit, because it's actually aimed at the head. Let's roll out of this, and pretty much repeat the same course. Alright, should hit, nice. The Molotovs are just your best friend. The Cleric Beast is insanely weak to fire. So just keep tossing them and make sure they hit. Its eye has recovered. So we're going to try and get some shots in. I'm sorry if I'm not helping you out too much. This is the first time fighting this thing too. Oh man, I targeted on the head. That was really bad. Oh man, that one missed too. Now we're out. Now this is a very bad... oh my gosh, I threw a pebble. This is a very bad situation to be... no, we're not out. Okay, good. Great. Get one directly in the body, and now we're getting very, very low. Oh my god. Let's back up. Okay. So far things are looking okay. I'm going to pop some more blood vials. It's better be safe than sorry. That Molotov did hit, but not a critical. Okay. It's going to leap up in the air. Basically, unlock if you have to. Just roll back. Alright. If these bullets could connect. I'm really not close enough to him. The gun does not have amazing range, naturally. Let's wait for this attack to finish, so maybe we can get the second shot in. I did not register. It does seem like eventually the Cleric Beast will stop being able to be riposted. If that didn't do it, I don't think anything will. I might as well waste the rest of my bullets. Just try and do as little damage as I can before switching to my actual weapon. Okay, let's try and... oh man, I don't even have a weapon out anymore. Oh god. I'm getting a little bit scared because I've not gotten the Cleric Beast to this percentage of health. So, this is really exciting for me. Let's try and just... you know what? I think now is a better time than ever. Let's try and use our charge attack. None of that hit. We need to quickly roll out of that attack because that grab will do a ton of damage. Let's leap attack and only 91. So now you're starting to see why you want to use your bullets. Ow. Because it's a great idea. Let's recover some of the HP back. And really, the best way to go about fighting the Cleric Beast is just be patient. Wait for its attacks to wait for its attacks to completely finish, and then go in for your own. And oh god, this is really risky. Oh god. Eventually we will run out of blood vials. Okay. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Got the full R2. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get some more attacks in. It has literally no HP left. Oh man. Do I risk it? I think there's only one way to... Oh man, that did not reach at all. Oh my god. Let's not be too hasty. Let's use our blood vial. One more attack ought to do it. Come on, hit. Yes! The Cleric Beast will go down. Not easily, but eventually. And we will get our Sword Hunter badge. Man, was that awesome or what? And we'll also get another bell. In the next episode of Let's Play Bloodborne, we're gonna see what's changed after defeating the Cleric Beast. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.